A celestial spectacle, unlike any other. On the September 12th, 2025, the night sky delivered a spectacle that left astronomers and stargazers alike in awe. A colossal object, blazing with unprecedented brilliance, tore through the darkness of deep space, its tail stretching across the heavens 5 times the width of a full moon. Visible even to amateur astronomers wielding backyard telescopes, this was no ordinary comet. Officially cataloged as C/2025 R2, but soon dubbed SWAN for its graceful yet commanding presence, this celestial giant shattered every expectation of how the universe behaves. Its arrival wasn't just a singular event. It was part of a cosmic double act that would force humanity to question its place in the cosmos. SWAN wasn't alone. Racing toward the sun from the opposite side of the sky was another anomaly. The already infamous 3I/Atlas, a smaller but equally enigmatic object. Both were set to reach their closest approach to the sun, perihelion, within the same 10-day window in October 2025, a period shrouded in solar glare that would blind Earth's telescopes. The odds of two such extraordinary objects converging in this way are so infinitesimally small that some scientists have abandoned the word coincidence and begun whispering mission. The synchronized arrival of SWAN, a behemoth with metallic signatures and a fortress-like resilience, and Atlas, an agile entity displaying erratic maneuvers, suggests something far more profound than random cosmic wanderers. Are we witnessing accidents of astronomy, or are we intercepting an operation unfolding on a scale beyond human comprehension? This article dives deep into the mysteries of SWAN and 3I/Atlas, exploring their bizarre behaviors, their improbable synchrony, and the chilling possibility that their arrival is no accident. From their unprecedented energy outputs to the institutional silence surrounding their approach, we'll uncover why these objects have sparked both fascination and unease. Buckle up for a journey that challenges everything we thought we knew about the universe and our role within it. Stay with us until the end, because the truth may be more unsettling than you can imagine. SWAN, the fortress in the sky. SWAN's sheer scale is staggering. Unlike typical comets, which are fragile amalgamations of ice and dust, SWAN behaves like a cosmic juggernaut. Its reflective properties reveal metallic signatures, traces of nickel and cobalt, materials humanity uses to forge durable alloys for spacecraft and infrastructure. These are not the chaotic, volatile compounds of a natural comet, but the hallmarks of something engineered, something designed to endure the brutal conditions of space. Scientists have nicknamed it the Fortress, a fitting moniker for an object that seems impervious to the sun's punishing heat, which typically fractures comets into fragments. SWAN, however, maintains a stable brightness curve, defying the natural erosion of solar radiation. Its tail, stretching millions of kilometers, is another anomaly. Rather than the chaotic vapor plumes of a typical comet, SWAN's tail pulses with rhythmic microbursts, almost like controlled thruster adjustments. Picture a skyscraper-sized structure gliding through the void, cloaked in a shimmering halo that might not be gas at all, but an electromagnetic shield deflecting solar winds. This isn't the behavior of a lifeless rock. It's the profile of a machine, possibly guided by a purpose we can't yet fathom. The fortress doesn't just traverse space, it commands it, maintaining a presence that feels deliberate, almost strategic. What makes SWAN even more unsettling is its energy output. Estimates suggest it radiates power equivalent to 10,000 gigawatts, more than the entire electrical grid of Earth. No natural comet could sustain such energy without disintegrating. Some researchers speculate that SWAN might be harvesting solar energy, using the sun as a colossal recharge station. Others propose its metallic hull is a plasma shield, protecting an internal mechanism that could be generating or transmitting signals. The rhythmic pulses in its tail, regular and patterned, have led some to call SWAN not just a fortress, but a beacon, a lighthouse in the cosmos, broadcasting to an unknown recipient. If SWAN is indeed a machine, its scale and sophistication suggest it was built to survive millennia, perhaps cycling through our solar system on a schedule that predates human civilization. 3I/Atlas, the agile enigma. While SWAN looms as a cosmic titan, 3I/Atlas plays the role of a nimble counterpart. Smaller but no less bizarre, Atlas behaves less like a comet and more like a drone executing precise maneuvers. Over weeks of observation, astronomers recorded 3 sudden accelerations. Sharp, unexpected bursts spaced almost like clockwork. Each burst coincided with a color shift in its tail, cycling from red to neutral and back again, as if an unseen mechanism was adjusting its propulsion. These bursts required energy equivalent to 10 nuclear power plants, a feat impossible for a natural chunk of ice and dust. Atlas doesn't drift aimlessly, it moves with intent, its erratic course corrections suggesting a level of control that defies natural processes. Atlas's tail is another puzzle. Unlike the gradual outgassing of comets, its glow shifts abruptly, almost as if responding to external commands. Spectroscopic data reveals complex organic molecules, polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons, that are unusually refined, hinting at an engineered structure rather than the chaotic chemistry of primordial space. Some scientists theorize that Atlas could be a scout, collecting data as it navigates the solar system, while SWAN serves as its anchor or command center. Together, they form a system, one agile and adaptive, the other vast and authoritative, converging on the sun with a precision that feels orchestrated. The interplay between SWAN and Atlas is what sets this event apart. Their behaviors, SWAN's rhythmic pulses and Atlas's erratic bursts, seem synchronized, as if they're communicating or coordinating. If SWAN is the mothership, Atlas might be its messenger, relaying information or preparing the way for a larger operation. The chilling possibility is that these objects aren't random visitors, but components of a single mission, their paths converging for a purpose humanity has yet to grasp. An impossible synchrony. The orbital dynamics of SWAN and Atlas are where the story takes a turn, from fascinating to downright eerie. SWAN originates from the constellation Aquarius, while Atlas hails from Sagittarius, regions separated by more than a quarter of the celestial sphere. Yet despite their vastly different origins, both objects are set to reach perihelion within 3 days of each other, between October 8th and October 18, 2025. Their closest approaches to the Sun will occur just 50 million kilometers apart, a cosmic stone's throw, smaller than the distance between Earth and Mars. For 2 interstellar objects to align so precisely in space and time is statistically unthinkable. Random comets arrive sporadically, often decades or centuries apart, their orbits scattered across the vastness of the solar system. This kind of synchrony suggests intent, as if SWAN and Atlas were following a cosmic timetable. Compounding the mystery is the timing of their convergence. During their perihelion, the sun's glare will create a 10-day blackout window, blinding Earth-based telescopes and obscuring both objects at their most critical moment. This isn't just inconvenient, it's suspicious. In orbital mechanics, such a precise alignment during a period of observational blackout is called a corridor, a narrow window where objects intersect in a way that defies randomness. To many astronomers, this looks less like chance and more like coordination, as if SWAN and Atlas were engineered to meet under the cover of solar interference. The question isn't just why they're here, it's why they're here now, at a moment when humanity's instruments are advanced enough to notice, but unable to fully observe. The blackout. Silence from the institutions. As SWAN and Atlas approached their perihelion, the scientific community braced for a flood of data. Instead, they were met with silence. NASA, the European Space Agency, ESA, and the Indian Space Research Organization, ISRO, curtailed updates, restricted high-resolution imaging, and denied requests for raw observational data. Official statements cited solar conjunction downtime as a standard safety measure, but leaks from observatory staff painted a different picture. Orders were explicit: avoid public statements, reroute proposals for alternative observations, and limit access to telescope feeds. This wasn't a natural pause, it was an enforced blackout. Behind the scenes, independent astronomers rallied to fill the void. Groups like the Abaro Tracker Collective in Spain and Bill Gates' distributed telescope network repurposed backyard telescopes, and encrypted data channels to capture fragments of information. Their efforts revealed glimpses of SWAN's pulsing tail and Atlas's erratic maneuvers, fueling speculation that something extraordinary was being concealed. The silence from major institutions only amplified the voices of these grassroots observers, who began to suspect that the blackout was less about technical limitations and more about control. If SWAN and Atlas are part of a larger mission, the question becomes, what don't the authorities want us to see? Rumors of a classified probe added fuel to the fire. Sources within the space community whispered of a covert mission launched from an orbital platform, equipped with particle scanners to pierce SWAN's blinding tail. The probe's signal was abruptly cut just over 1,000,000 kilometers from its target, but not before transmitting a final image, a fractal echo of the probe itself, as if SWAN had scanned and mirrored it. Engineers described an energy wall, a lattice-like field resembling a Faraday cage, designed to repel intrusions. If true, SWAN isn't just a passive object, it's actively defending itself, aware of and countering attempts to probe its secrets. Echoes of the past. A 22,000-year cycle. SWAN's orbital period offers a haunting clue to its origins. Calculations suggest it returns to the inner solar system every 22,554 years, aligning its last appearance with the end of the last ice age, around 12,000 BCE. This raises a provocative question. Could humanity's ancestors have witnessed SWAN's previous passage? Archaeological sites like Göbekli Tepe in Turkey, dating to that era, feature carvings of celestial spirals and symbols that some researchers believe depict long-period comets or cosmic events. Imagine prehistoric humans gazing at a glowing fortress dominating the night sky, its presence so profound that it was etched into stone as myth, prophecy, or warning. If SWAN has been cycling through our solar system for millennia, its return could be more than a random event. It could be a scheduled operation. The synchronized arrival of Atlas, with its drone-like agility, suggests a system that has been active since before recorded history. Could these objects be part of a cosmic network, visiting Earth at intervals tied to cycles we're only beginning to understand? The possibility that our ancestors recorded SWAN's passage in their art and stories hints that humanity has been part of this narrative for far longer than we realized. A signal to the moon? One of the most perplexing discoveries came from amateur satellite trackers who detected a burst of energy from SWAN directed not at Earth, but at the moon. The wave packet was complex, layered with amplitude, frequency, polarization, and harmonic tones. An instruction set rather than a random emission. NASA's Deep Space Network triangulated the signal to a lunar region known for its mascons, dense gravitational anomalies beneath the crust that have puzzled scientists for decades. Could SWAN be activating something dormant on the moon, a relic buried long ago? The idea that our closest celestial neighbor might be part of a larger cosmic system is as thrilling as it is unsettling. Simultaneously, Earth itself began to resonate. Magnetometers across continents recorded pulses every 43 seconds, perfectly matching SWAN's emission cycles. Seismographs in Antarctica, South America, and Asia detected ultra-low frequency vibrations unrelated to tectonic activity. Migratory animals, birds, whales, insects, shifted their navigation patterns in unison, as if responding to an invisible signal. These anomalies suggest that SWAN's influence extends beyond the sky, vibrating through Earth's crust and biosphere. The planet seems to be reacting, as if reminded of a connection to the cosmos it had forgotten. A lock and key, the legacy of Oumuamua. The arrival of SWAN and Atlas echoes an earlier visitor. Oumuamua, the first confirmed interstellar object detected in 2017. Silent and enigmatic, Oumuamua displayed subtle accelerations that baffled astronomers, hinting at a non-natural origin. Some now propose that Oumuamua was a lock, a probe sent to test humanity's readiness, while SWAN and Atlas represent the key, a fortress and a drone working together to unlock a larger mission. Supporting this theory is a curious anomaly. During one of SWAN's strongest pulses, Both Voyager spacecraft, launched in the 1970s, briefly went off protocol, transmitting undecoded data bursts. Could something dormant within them have been activated? If this lock-and-key hypothesis holds, SWAN and Atlas may be part of a sequence that began long before humanity's rise. Their synchronized arrival, their impossible energy outputs, and their coordinated maneuvers suggest a mission that views Earth not as a bystander, but as a participant. The blackout window, the institutional silence, and the resonances rippling through our planet all point to a paradigm-shifting truth. We may have intercepted a cycle older than civilization itself. A mirror to humanity. The James Webb Space Telescope was designed to peer into the universe's distant past, but SWAN and Atlas have turned its gaze inward, forcing us to confront our own reflection. These objects aren't just celestial anomalies. They're a mirror revealing humanity's place in a cosmos far larger and more complex than we imagine. Their synchrony, their scale, their maneuvers, and the silence surrounding them suggest a mission we were never meant to witness. Yet by observing them, we've become part of it. The pulses rippling through Earth's magnetic field, the signals aimed at the moon, the resonances altering animal migrations, all hint that our planet is more connected to this cosmic drama than we realized. SWAN and Atlas may view Earth not as an accident, but as a node, a data point, or even a target. Whether their purpose is contact, seeding, or activation, the truth remains hidden, buried beneath layers of silence and secrecy. The most terrifying possibility isn't that we don't understand what's happening, it's that we weren't supposed to. By noticing SWAN and Atlas, humanity may have sent a signal of its own, announcing our presence to a universe that was already watching. The question now isn't whether we'll make contact, it's whether we already have, and whether the real message was our act of observation itself. As the cosmos begins to respond, one thing is clear. SWAN and Atlas are not just visitors. They're proof that we've crossed a threshold and the universe is answering back. Stay tuned because this story is far from over. The next few weeks could redefine everything we know about our place in the stars. Keep watching the skies and keep questioning what you're told. The truth is out there, and it's closer than you think.